Hello, true art believers, and welcome. I hope you are having a wonderful Sunday. This is Pierson. I am the number one live art streamer in the world, and you are watching day 177 of 200 days of drawings. Well, not plural, 200 days of drawing. Anyways, before I begin, um, if you like watching live art streams and if you also enjoyed artist interviews, please hit the subscribe button. I really do appreciate it. And let's begin today's drawing, shall we? All right, welcome, my friends. I hope you are doing good today. It is day 177. Day 177, and we're here to get it going on, my friends. And we're going to be doing another cactus, but just like always, these cactuses, I keep them very simple. I don't really change the formula. Now, you might be wondering why I do that. It's because various reasons. It's kind of like becoming super good and efficient at one method, right? So like someone who does I gotta do something right quick. No, I won't do that yet. Yeah, I will. Let's see here. There we go. I wasn't able to see my stylus. Now, it's like the phrase from Bruce Lee. I'm not some I'm not a I what was it like I'm not afraid of someone who's done 1,000 punches, but I'm afraid of a person who's done one punch 1,000 times, meaning that person has become an expert at just that specific style, just that specific punch, right? So my goal here is to become very, very good at one punch. Um, and that just it's just what I'm doing. And it's another thing. It's doing these cactus drawings is kind of like habit forming, right? By doing these cactus drawings over and over again, I've kind of established a habit of drawing live, but also a habit of drawing a specific cactus. But the thing that is also really good about doing this is I have what's the phraseology I'm trying to go for? I've essentially I have to think. I have to kind of ponder what I'm thinking here. What is the word that I'm trying to describe? Or what was the thought process that I was trying to kind of articulate? Um, I have made doing live streams and made doing these cactus drawings kind of like second nature. So now I really don't have to do a lot of like front loading thinking when I'm doing this specific cactus drawing. I'm not I don't have to like I don't have to like think about it. Meaning like I know what is going to be done, when and how, And I'm not always like, oh, what am I doing next? Oh, this is what I'm doing next. No, I know exactly what I'm going to be doing next. I have streamlined the process so that it's become incredibly easy to recreate the same thing over and over again. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think we get kind of, we get kind of, we get kind of like, uh, a lot of us cringe at the thought of like standardization or like this notion that art is kind of like programmable in a sense, or like formulaic, where really all I'm doing is just repeating the same thing over and over again. And the imagery might be slightly different from the previous drawing, but it's still the same process. And there's something nice about that. It's like those classical drawing styles, or the classical painting styles, where you would do. I'm gonna do this 1 second. We're gonna press G, unlock G, and then we're gonna make a darker background. There we go. Let's even go darker than that. No, I think that's about good. What if we do like a? There we go. We'll do that. And we're gonna go like a reddish background. I'm gonna lock this in for now. So a lot of people kind of cringe at this idea of being of just this repetition and this very formulaic like exercise. And there's nothing. I can see why. It can be kind of boring, but there is some kind of comfort in knowing that the process is the same over and over again. You know what the outcome is going to be. You're not going to be guessing, oh, what is this going to look like at the end of the day, right? Am I worried that it's not going to look the same? So it's kind of like the McDonald's of cactus drawings, right? Like when you go to McDonald's, you know what that burger is going to taste like. It's going to taste the same, and that's the thing about this type of drawing. It's going to be the same over and over again, and there's something nice about that. Um, some people may not like that type of idea, but the fact that I'm able to reproduce it very similarly to the previous one, and the previous one's very similar to the one before that, and the one before that is, and so forth, like this over and over again. There's something nice about that that just is very comforting. Um, you know, it's kind of like the atelier style art style that you see. Um, that is being it's become very famous for like the students that come out of there have started to create like these really good works of art, but they're very eerily similar to one another because the process really isn't. It's a very similar drawing process. So the way that they really focus on the recreation of form and light and all this other stuff. So there is just like with that atelier style of drawing, there is something comforting about being able to reproduce a, a drawing or a technique over and over again. It means that you are spending less time on the the beginning process, and you're able to focus on more micro things within the context of that drawing. So that's what doing these drawings have helped me with, is I'm able to kind of do these drawings and not have any problem recreating them over and over again. And also because I'm able to recreate them over and over again, I'm able to talk about it. I'm able to do more conversation than previously, because previously I was so focused on just getting the drawing done that I was struggling to have a coherent conversation. But now, because I've done this for so many times, it's become very much like like second nature almost. I don't know what I'm drawing. There we go. Let's do that. And because the process has become very second nature, you know, it's really basically simplified the drawing. The It's simplified, it's streamlined everything, and it allows me to have a conversation on a different level than previously, when I was so worried about just getting the drawing at a consistent visual scale. Now I don't have to worry about that as much anymore, because I've acquired enough reps in this drawing process. And I'm really excited about that. Now, the next stage in my drawing series will probably be clouds. I think I want to get really, really good at doing clouds digitally. And then I'm probably going to move to like rocks or landscapes. I don't know. That's probably what I'm probably going to do. The next 100 drawings will be some iteration of clouds, like sky drawings, skies. I might end up doing like maybe some thunderstorm skies or something. I don't know at the moment. Something that I can kind of do in 30 minutes or less. So that's my goal, is to find an art process that I can recreate in a short amount of time and do a drawing in a short amount of time. And not a sketch, but a pretty well developed finished drawing. And I find it's hard to do like figurative drawing and portraits in that time frame, because I'm not that well versed in that. Maybe in the future I'll get to that point. I don't know. We will see. But right now, this is working, and I am going to keep pursuing that. All right, here. And that goes with everything in your own like life, really. You know, you want to really do something and be able to recreate it over and over again. So whatever passion or whatever goal or things that you're doing in your day to day, what you do is you basically build up like a mental callus, and by repeating a process over and over again, you're essentially creating a small mental callus on your in your psyche, and doing that over and over again allows you to improve yourself in various ways. Um, it's I'm trying to figure out a way to describe it that makes sense, but essentially, the more that you do something in repetitious over and over again, the less mental power or uh, uh, less mental like fortitude, or the less you have to think about that action, which allows for you to focus on newer things within the confines of that drawing or task that you're doing. And so that's why I'm doing these cactuses, because now I'm able to, as you can kind of see, I'm able to kind of articulate um, ideas as I'm drawing. While before, when I first started, I was struggling to have a kind of like conversation, I'll be you, via on live, and that was what I was fighting with. I can tell you that what's probably going to happen when I do my next series of drawings through, like maybe I'm drawing skies. What I might do, what I can see happening in the future is I might be struggling, or I might not have the same conversation that I'm having now, because my mind is trying to process this new style or technique, aka I'll be processing how to draw clouds, and so I'll be focusing a lot of my mental energy will be focused on that new activity. And probably around the 25th to 70, like 50th or 70th sky that I've painted, that's when I will probably be able to have another level of conversation, much like what I'm having right now. So that's why I think everyone should do things like this. It doesn't have to be drawing. Any type of like thing that you want to like learn or improve upon, it's just a net good. I think personal development is undervalued in the world, and if I think the reason why is because some people fail to see the value in just developing yourself as a better person. I think we're all kind of gung ho about like, oh, will this make me money type of mentality. And I don't think we should go in personal development just as a like a way to leverage more money in your life. Although that is a kind of outcome of doing that, but I don't think it should be the end all reason to why you are pursuing such endeavors. I think just being a more well-rounded person is always a good thing. It's a net good, right? Because if you improve yourself, everyone around you in your inner circle are going to benefit from that, right? Like I don't know what that circumstance would be, but maybe if you're better at time management, or if you're better at scheduling things, you make yourself available for friends and family if they need you. Just simple things like that are very important. You know, if you improve the way you start mastering your sleep habits or something, which which would in turn make you a better person to people around you, and you're able to help them if they need assistance. But if your sleep schedule is all kind of messed up and all kinds of sorts like that, you're probably focused on just like yourself. And I think what it boils down to is you want to be kind of selfish for a little while to improve yourself. And then once you improve yourself, you're able to be a little bit more selfless, right? You're able to assist people. You want to be able to uh, help yourself, because if you can't help yourself, it's going to be very hard to help other people, even if you want to be that type of person where you're helping people. We're always it's kind of weird that if we can't how we want to help people, but we're less inclined to help ourselves. You know, I think we need to get our self kind of in order before we can actually start assisting in certain endeavors that will help and benefit other people. You know, and I think there's nothing wrong with that. At face value, you might come off as selfish, right? Um, but if you're able to get yourself in order, you'll be able to help other people. Like if you don't have your own like life together, it's going to be incredibly hard to help other people with their life when they need help. You know, nothing's wrong with any of this. It's nothing's wrong with that. Nothing is wrong with that. To be able to focus yourself, focus on yourself, so that you'll be able to assist other people. Um, and so that's what I've been trying to do lately. And I think these live stream drawings have really helped with that for me. They really assisted me in creating a better self, so that I can be better, so I can serve other people better, right? Um, these live streams have helped me do, um, what would you say? They've allowed me to create new work, which also in turn allows me to do, like, what would you call it? That kind of looks like dirt. To do more art giveaways and stuff of that nature. There we go. All right. So I think that all this stuff's kind of done. But yeah, so I have 10 minutes again, doing very good. I was able to do all of this in roughly 18 minutes, and that's talking. While before, I was not able to do that to get to this level of in the drawing, you know. But I'm a firm believer in trying to seek out ways to making yourself better. It just helps you all around, you know. And I said, I'm not saying to make yourself better just so you can make more money. That would probably, at face value, might be selfish, but also if it allows you, if you make more money, if you're allowed to be more philanthropic with that money, you'll be like a philanthropist, right? That's a really that's a hard word to kind of say, but if it allows you to be a philanthropist, then maybe it's there's a reasoning for it, right? But yeah, so people may see these me doing the same thing over and over again and think, oh well, he's just doing that thing over and over again. It's really quite boring. But sometimes these there's more to it than just drawing a cactus. I'm actually kind of talking about things that are important to some degree to some people. They might be important to some people. They might not be. But like I think talking about this um, and kind of navigating through the thought process is always a good thing. My computer is kind of lagging right now for reals. So I'm going to draw, I'm just going to kind of draw the line. There we go. So I know where the edge of it is, and I'm going to draw a line right here. But yeah, navigating through all of it it's very challenging. But as you can see, I've been able to do these drawings quicker and more efficiently. Now, if you're wondering why when you're looking at this that the color might be off, it's actually because my at around 7 o'clock my time, the computer switches to like night mode. So that means instead of the screen like being a bluish tint, it turns into a yellowish tint. So like the colors to me right now are going to be vastly different when I look at them tomorrow. But that's fine because it's the reason why it works. I'm not too worried about the color being off because the value range are going to be consistent. Or the value in the drawing is going to be consistent. And really what makes the drawing feel like believable or work is the value range. It's not necessarily the color. So that's what I'm working with on this one is the value range, not the color. Or yeah, not the color. I'm not really focused on the color because it's not the color that's going to make the drawing for me. It's going to be the value range that I'm using. But yeah, so here I am. I was in a rut for a moment. I was like, I don't even want to do this today because it's been nothing but go 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 all day long, and I've just been trying to it's hard doing these live streams every day. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be like, oh, this is easy. This is easy peasy. It's a very it can be a struggle to do these live streams. It has its inherent challenges kind of just inside the whole process, you know. And I'm not it's I, I'm not gonna lie, it's rewarding, but still there is just challenges that I deal with when I'm doing these. It's it's not like it's it, it's got its own inherent challenges. I've learned a lot, and I think if I look at the beginning in cactuses as of currently, there's some growth in there. You know, if if not like growth on a technical level, definitely on a speed level, because I wouldn't be at this process in 25 minutes in. I would be at this process 45 minutes in. You know, so that's where I'm at with regards to these drawings. So I'm learning a lot. I like, even though the drawings look the same from 1 to 77, there is something different. There's some growth in there that it's hard to pinpoint. I can't really explain it. All I know, in my heart of hearts, I feel like I've improved uh, in some way or another, albeit through the manipulation of this specific brush, um, the ability to move faster and do the same quality work in a shorter amount of time, and that in its own right has value. The ability to do not only that, but to do the same amount of work, but also be able to kind of have a conversation with the viewer, while before there was no conversation, there was no dialogue. It was just me kind of like fumbling through and trying my best to kind of get the drawing done as quickly as I could, you know? And so there's that I was dealing with. And so there is a lot of growth here. It's just not the kind of growth you just don't notice what is like what has been proved, because it's so ambiguous. It's very hard to pinpoint like where the growth in this piece. Like, it doesn't you can't like say, "Oh, this is X better," because it's just not there. The improvement, you don't have like a definite, "Oh, this is better because it looks more real than your first one." I never went for real. I knew that I couldn't finish a real drawing in 30 minutes, you know, and my goal was to get a drawing done within the time frame that I allotted. So, and I have been quite successful to some extent in doing that. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get like an even brighter, but and we're gonna make it like yeah, we're gonna do an even brighter, but just this like a smaller bright like highlight in these areas, just on purpose. Like, I know this isn't real, but I'm just like purposely adding these highlights for fun. Yeah, and maybe one for good measure right here, and then add a little bit of like a yellowish, now little tone right here, and like something like. And a little bit of like that, and there we go. And I think I'm done. I'm going to put some um, thorns on there. 29 minutes, so roughly 27 minutes I did the main area. Now, I always slow down on the thorns. I have yet to kind of streamline this so I can go faster. Um, Hopefully in the future I'll be able to do it. I've been struggling. I've been really struggling on getting like a fast way to do these thorns, and I just haven't been able to kind of get that dialed in. You know, so this is where I kind of slow down my speech, because The thorns actually unfortunately take a little bit more like, they take more thought, oddly enough, because I'm trying to think about, like, I'm looking around the area and I'm thinking about the angle that I put in the previous one, and I want to put in a thorn that is, you know, not too similar than the previous one, and I'm being conscious about too about how many thorns I'm putting. Am I putting too many or too little? You know, and so this takes me a little bit longer than I want it to be. I want to get at the point where it's just like the creation of the actual cactus itself, where it's almost automatic, and I'm just kind of putting the thorns there, and each one is almost perfectly in place. Like it's in the right spot, has the right angle, and it's even it like the distribution of thorns related to the other areas. It's just the right amount. So that's what I'm struggling with this drawing. This Not this drawing in particular, but like with this style, with drawing cactuses, is giving the right amount of thorns. It's a very stupid thing to kind of be struggling with, but like it really is a dumb thing to be like, oh my gosh, am I giving too many thorns? Or is too many? Is there too little? Type of thing. But it's like a little small OCD thing that I'm dealing with. Also, I want it to get to the point where it's just like organic, where every time I do these thorns, I'm not like, okay, is this the right spot? You know, and I don't want to be like dent, 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 dent. Although that kind of looks good, So maybe I might have to be a little bit. Maybe I might have to just loosen up a bit. Maybe that might help. I don't know. But once I'm able to speed up the application of drawing my thorns, I can see these drawings getting down to 25 minutes. You know, um, there's certainly some things I can speed up the process a little bit. What I did today is I fiddled around with the background color, and lately, before I was just doing like a neutral gray, because I knew that just doing a neutral gray basically stopped. It's freed up some time for me. It freed up time so that I can just focus on the cactus and not have to worry about like what color do I do in the background. So I think this is done. I'm going to put some thorns here. What I might want to do is add a little bit of reflective light here and then make this a little darker. So we're going to go back and make this area darker than, yeah, make this area darker than like make this area darker than the top of this. So I want this to be darker than this right here. I just want to kind of make it darker than what it really is. So we're going to kind of make this darker here. Really kind of make the area dark, like a little. It's almost going to look like a contour line. And then what I do is just get some line, get this right here, and just kind of make a little reflective light there, just for fun. I think that's good. And we back out, and there you go. There you go. 34 minutes. You can't beat that. I guess as I was saying, the initial goal is if I can get it down to, if I can get the drawing down to 25 minutes, I think that will be probably like a huge that if I'm able to do one of these drawings in 25 minutes, that would mean that I've shown growth. Not in the same type of growth that you're seeing right now. Like if you look at the first cactus drawing and this drawing, they're not significantly different with appearance, but the first one took more than 30 minutes, and it's vastly simpler than this one. So I'm going to put, oops, zoom out here for a second. and it's vastly different. So that this shows growth. So the main goal, like if I get this, if I can whittle this down to 25 minutes, I think that would be probably a that would be a success in my opinion, because that would mean I went from doing one of these drawings that sometime would span up to an hour, you know, sometimes would span up to an hour to 25 minutes, right? Like even though it's taking longer, right? Like right now I'm kind of filibustering, right? I'm filibustering, but there we go. That's it. P21, 177 out of 200. And that is my drawing for the day. I did it in under basically 30 minutes, like 33 minutes. So pretty good. I just want to say thank you for watching. If this is the type of content you like watching, you like me kind of doing random talks and then at least maybe learning a little bit about the drawing process, maybe a little bit more on the philosophical, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. You benefit from being subscribe to my YouTube and Twitch channel, because I do have art giveaways, and those areas plus my Instagram are usually the first areas that I notify everyone when I'm having an art giveaway. Even though I do have a newsletter, I don't typically promote the art giveaways as quickly or as promptly as I do on these platforms. So there is a benefit to subscribing to my channel outside of just watching me draw. You actually do have the opportunity to be informed about art giveaways, and I'm going to be doing one pretty soon. I'm just wrapping up my last one. I gotta set up the shipment, and then once it's shipped and the person receives it, I'm going to set up the next art giveaway, and I'm going to announce it real soon, probably by the end of the month or beginning of next month. I don't know yet. It all depends on when I get everything done. Anyways, I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and please hit the subscribe button. I really do appreciate it. And I got to get going. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. This is Pierson. Cheers.